YouTube, what's going down? So this is Scary Stories Scarred Me. Go watch Halloween Scarred Me. I think there's like a Halloween Scarred Me too. Go watch Halloween Town. See all three of the Halloween Town trilogy because it's a great Disney Channel original movie. Those won't give you a peek into what actually scares me because I believe it's like puppets driving taxi cabs. It's just a great tentpole Disney Channel original trilogy. The only one that can possibly live up to that is like the Xenon trilogy. I guess the point I'm trying to make is go watch the Halloween Scarred Me videos and you'll get an idea as to why scary shit really has ingrained itself into my brain and gone into the scarred folder. Now, I don't know what it is about my generation and scary stories, but everyone my age has one. I personally point the finger at Are You Afraid of the Dark and the show Goosebumps. Who was in the pitch meeting for those shows and approved that for children? All right, Timmy, we did a brand new show from Nickelodeon. What do you think? What do you got for me? All right, boss, hear me out on this one. You know how kids love to be scared shitless? You've got my attention. That's it. We're just gonna do that. Brilliant! You got the job. You had the job, but you can continue to have your job. All right, Timmy, now give me another idea. Let's make it a big winner. All right, hear me out on this. You know how we're having some trouble finding a host for the network and we're a little low on money? Go on. Well, instead of having the personal flair of a real human being, let's just have a popsicle stick do it. It seems so crazy to me that like children's networks of my generation hosted shows that were made to like give those kids nightmares. Pop quiz, what's the scariest Are You Afraid of the Dark episode? If your answer is the one with the swimming pool and there's that thing in the pool that they can't see but they put some dye in the water and they can see the thing and it's gonna like pull them underwater and like drown them forever, then you'd be right, high five. Psst, we're best friends now. This story's particularly scary because I have no way to explain it and I don't believe in ghosts or like paranormal shit. But I can't explain this situation. Maybe you guys can help me out because I have no idea how to do it. This story takes place back when I was about 13. Now, we have a cabin in Spirit Lake, Iowa that was built by hand by my great-great-grandfather. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears, time, effort has gone into this cabin. And interestingly enough, this cabin was my great-great-grandmother's favorite place in the world. And what made this place my great-great-grandmother's favorite place in the world was both the fact that my great-great-grandfather built it with his hands, but also it was like the beach and interacting with all the cousins and all my aunts and uncles and all that shenanigans. But as my great-great-grandmother got older, she was unable to like walk down the big stairs and like the huge hill to get down to the beach and like play with everybody. But from what I know about her, she was a badass and she wasn't gonna let that one particular thing spoil her love for this cabin. So what was cool was we had this attic with a huge round like window like you see in like the old-timey houses. In this big window you could see through it and you could look down on the lake and you could like see all the fun that everyone was having. So that particular spot became my great-great-grandmother's favorite space in the cabin. And I've heard stories from all my aunts and uncles. Like she used to sit in a rocking chair right in front of that big window, look down at everybody, and it was like her favorite thing in the world because she was still able to like see all of her grandchildren like thriving and like having so much fun and still feel like she had like participated in one way or another. Even though she couldn't physically be down there, she just loved being able to like partake and see all the fun. And to make a long story short, after years of observing everyone through the big round window and more years of like health and like pain issues, my great-grandmother ended up passing away in the cabin. Which in a lot of ways is really beautiful because it was her favorite place in the world, and so it makes sense for you to pass away in the place that you were most comfortable in. Fast forward to me being 13 years old now. Now in the wintertime we rent out the cabin to like different families and stuff just to subsidize the cost of the cabin. Interestingly enough, two separate families that had nothing to do with each other, had no contact with each other, both claimed that they had seen some sort of like ghost or something up in the attic. None of them straight up said they thought they saw a ghost, because I don't think anyone wanted to like, sound like they were crazy, but they all said they felt like there was like a presence or something there. I didn't think anything of it. I'm 13 years old, I'm a badass. It's not like the ghost is gonna eat me or anything. If he did, I'd just Casper through that shit. It'd be like a hemorrhoid for him. So one night we had a lot of people staying in our cabin for some odd reason, and I decided I'll just go ahead and sleep in the attic. It had been a while since I slept in the attic or had even been up there, and every summer it feels like things kind of just get rearranged up there. And what I hadn't seen in a really long time was my great-great-grandmother's rocking chair right in front of that big round window. But to be honest, I didn't really think anything of it. So I'm by myself in this pretty big attic, and this attic looks like the attic from the intro of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Like there's just old like antique-y shit all over the place. It really is like creepy in and of itself. And I don't know what it was about this particular night because there was no breeze, there was no noise, there was nothing to wake me up, but I just woke up in the middle of the night. Now being 13, I'm old enough to distinguish between if I'm dreaming and if I'm not dreaming, and I'm certain I was not dreaming. Because what happens next, I cannot explain. I sit up, and I see my great-grandmother's rocking chair just sitting there. And I'd never seen anything like this before in my life. I mean, it was just like a movie or something. That big round window had like light shining right down in it. And it was like the moonlight. The moonlight just in and of itself was enough to like pour through the window and shine directly just on this rocking chair. All the lights are off in the attic, so literally all the light is focused in one solid round beam straight onto this rocking chair. So as I sit up, I take a breath, and I look straight at the rocking chair, and as I look at the rocking chair, the chair goes from not moving at all, totally stand still, and then out of nowhere, does 3, 1, 2, 3 rocks and stops right on its axis. A normal rock on a rocking chair, whenever you rock on it and you stop, if you were to stop it, if no one was in it, you were to stop it, it would still kind of creak a little bit until it stops. This was a blatant 1, 2, 3 stop. The window's not open. And me being this 13-year-old, you're the perfect age because you're old enough to be like a badass and think you're fucking awesome, but you're also old enough to run into your parents' room and sleep with them. Because that's exactly what I did. I was scared shitless. And to this day, I can't explain what happened. No one believes me. I don't even know if I believe myself. I don't know how I even feel with this story because I don't believe in this shit, but I have no explanation for how this could have happened. But like I said, everyone my age has their own personal ghost story. I'll leave the deciding of whether it's true or not to you guys. You guys in the comments below, let me know, do you believe in ghosts? Do you think that there's like this supernatural like life after death where you can connect with people in some way or another? Or just tell me your personal favorite ghost story. Guys, make sure to like this video, click that subscribe button if you want to see more. If you want to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you can see all that information down below. And guys, if you tag a screenshot of me from one of your favorite scarred stories on Instagram, I'll be sure to pick one a week to put on my Instagram and give you guys a shout out. Alright guys, that's all I got for you this week. And as always, I love you. I'm in love with you.